Hello everyone, welcome to another Zen Chin Yoga video. My name is Rachel and I'm so happy you are here today. So today's class, we are going to be focusing on our hamstrings. You will want a couple of yoga props handy. So if you have a yoga strap, you'll want that. If you don't have a yoga strap, just find something that you can use in place of it, such as a belt or even you could even use a dish towel if you wanted to. And then you're going to want to have a couple of yoga blocks. If you don't have any blocks, just find a couple of thick, sturdy books and those will work as well. So when you are ready, gather your props and meet me standing at the front of your mat. Stand at the top of your mat, feet together, close your eyes, hands come to heart center. Take a long, deep inhale through your nose and exhale side out. One more breath just like that. Long, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale side out. Let your hands drop to the side. Keep your eyes closed and tune in to your body. Find your balance. Grounding down through your feet, to the corners of your feet and your heel. Shoulders drop away from your ears. Palms point forward. And just take this moment to notice the sensations in your body. You might feel a gentle swaying, and that's okay. Your body is registering what we are doing right now and finding that balance. Take a long, deep inhale through your nose. And gently side out your mouth. Open your eyes. Give your eyes a second to adjust to any of the lighting in the room. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. And exhale, bend your knees and gently fold over. Grasp on to your opposite elbows. Keep your knees bent for the first few breaths. I'm just going to hang here for a moment. Gently sway back and forth if that feels good for you. Let your head just hang and relax. Taking long, deep inhales and long, deep exhales. Move through, bending one knee and straightening the other. Gently inviting movement into your body, slowly waking everything up. Then you can find a moment of stillness. And you'll notice that your head begins to sink closer to the floor. You can gently begin to straighten your legs just a little. On your next inhale, hands to shins, flat back. And then exhale, plant your hands and come back into your plank. Let's hold here for a breath. Exhale, drop your right knee to the mat, keeping your left toes tucked. And then just gently rock back and forth. And as you rock back, push back through your heel. So you can begin to feel a little bit of a stretch in your calf. And on this next breath, let's hold, pushing back through your back heel. On your next inhale, come back up into your plank. Stay for a breath. And then exhale, drop your left knee to the mat, keeping your right toes tucked, and just gently rock back and forth. Pushing through your back heel, allow for that stretch in your calf. On this next breath, hold, pushing through your back heel. On your next inhale, come up into your plank, and then exhale, hips up and back into your first downward facing dog. Fingers are wide, pushing through the palms of your hands, pushing through, grounding down through your pointer finger and your thumb. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears, letting your head drop in between your arms.
Feet are hips width apart. Bending your knees if you need to. But just keep thinking hips up and back. You can pedal your feet out here, straightening one leg, bending the other. Allowing any movement that arises to happen in this pose. This is our first downward facing dog, and it might be your first downward facing dog of the day. So be gentle, be kind. And after a little bit of movement, see if you can find a moment of stillness to really just drop in to this pose. We're going to stay here for a couple more breaths. Long, deep inhales. Long, deep exhales. Really allowing that stretch to happen on the backs of your legs. Your hamstrings are probably starting to warm up. Your calves are beginning to stretch and wake up as well. On your next inhale, look forward. Step your right foot, left foot, the front of your mat. Hands to shin, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, ground down through your feet and root to rise. Exhale, let's come back down over our legs. Step your feet, heel toe your feet out so that they're hips width apart. Take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toe. Bend your knees if you need to. On an inhale, look forward, straightening through your back. And then exhale, forward fold. Let your elbows come out to the sides. I'm just going to stay here for a couple of breaths, allowing this stretch to happen in the backs of our legs. Check that you're not scrunching your shoulders up towards your ears, and that your head and your neck has freedom to move. You can even shake your head. Yes, shake your head. No, just to double check in there. Remember to breathe. On your next inhale, look forward, straightening your back. And take the palms of your hands underneath your feet. Your toes are almost touching right at your wrists. Bend your knees if you need to here. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, forward fold. Remember, it's not about the pose. We want to be safe, but we also don't want to push our bodies to a limit that we could hurt ourselves. So really tune in and just move into the pose until you feel a stretch. And you'll most likely feel this stretch all along the backs of your legs. Really wakening up our hamstrings, really waking up our calves. Just breathe into it. Your legs might shake a little. That's okay. You might feel a deep, discomforting stretch. Discomfort is okay. Pain is not okay. So if you feel any sort of pain, readjust your pose so that you can comfortably come into it. Bending your knees, or perhaps not even putting your hands underneath your feet. You can just lay your palms at the side of your feet with your palms up. That is just as effective. On your next inhale, look forward, straighten your back as much as you can. Bring your hands out from underneath your feet. Walk, heel toe your feet in just a little bit closer. Hands to shin, flat back. Exhale, step back into your plank. Stay for a long, deep inhale. And exhale, move back into your downward facing dog. Our down dog's probably already starting to feel good. Inhale, look forward, step your right foot forward, left foot comes to meet. Hands to shin, flat back. Really stretch through your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, lower your arms to your side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shin, flat back. And then exhale, plant your hand, but step your right foot back.
Ground down through your back heel. And we're gonna come up into a warrior two. So front knee is stacked over your ankle, pushing through the back edge of your back foot. Arms come to a T. Check. If you can't see your big toe on your front foot, move your knee to the left a little. Long, deep inhale. Flip your front arm forward and reach forward. Bring your elbow to your knee and arm up overhead, either along your ear or you can even just have it straight up. Whatever is comfortable for you. We're doing a quick little side stretch here. Inhale, come back up to your warrior two. Exhale, windmill your hands, frame your foot, and step back into your plank. Stay for the inhale, and exhale, come back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, step your right foot forward, ground down through your back heel, and come up to your warrior two on this side. Long, deep inhale. As you're here, check your alignment. Front knee stacked over your ankle. Ground down through the back edge of your foot. Flip the front palm. Reach forward as far as you can. Bring your elbow to your right knee and your left arm either up along your left ear, or you can have it straight up to the sky. Opening your chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come up to your warrior two, and exhale, frame your foot. Come back into your plank. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, step your right foot, left foot to the front of the mat. Hands to shin flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, we root to rise. Arms stretch overhead. Exhale, arms to the side. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shin flat back. Exhale, step your right foot back. Ground down through your back heel and come up to that warrior two once more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach forward. And then exhale, bring your hand either to the mat or a block. So your block will be on the outside of your foot. You can come up in your fingertips. You can palm your hand, whatever's comfortable for you. But we're doing just what we did, where we're coming down a little bit lower. If it's more comfortable for you, you can keep your elbow on your knee. But find what works for you. Come into the side angle stretch. Right arm stretches along the right ear or points straight up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hand comes to the mat. You might have to shorten your stance a little bit. We're going to set up for our triangle pose. Heel to heel alignment, straighten your front leg. Hand comes to either your shin. You can grab onto your toe, rest on your foot, or a block. I'm going to use my block today so you can see it. Block comes inside or outside of your foot. Open your torso and your chest towards the right. Gently gaze up and stretch your arm. Come into your triangle. Inhale, look down towards your foot. And then exhale, grab both of your blocks and square off to the edge of your mat into a wide-legged stretch. Your hands can stay here on the mat if that's comfortable for you, or bring your blocks right directly underneath your shoulders. Ground down, your toes are going to come in slightly, your heels are going to go out a little. Ground down to the edges of your feet. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, straightening your torso parallel to the mat. And then exhale, just forward fold. Let your head drop. Let gravity help you go a little bit deeper into this pose. Hands on the blocks. You can even try after a while just bringing your fingertips to the floor or palms to the floor. This is your practice, so what feels good for you today is what you're going to want to do.
On your next inhale, walk your fingertips forward a little, straighten through your arms. And then exhale, come on over, framing your right foot, grounding down through your left heel, and let's come up to warrior two on this side. Save for the inhale, save for an exhale. Flip the front palm, reach forward as much as you can, and then exhale, either bring your elbow to your knee, right hand to the mat or to your block, and we're coming into the side angle stretch on this side. So left arm can be in line with your ear or can come straight to the sky, whatever feels good right now. Exhale, look down to the floor. You might have to shorten your stance a little and set up for triangle on this side. Straighten your front leg. Heel to heel alignment or heel to arch. Hand to block or shin or on top of your foot, whatever feels comfortable. Open your chest to the side. Inhale, gaze up and lift your arms straight ahead. Or straight up above. On your next exhale, look down towards the mat. Bring your hands to frame your foot, bend your front knee, walk back to the edge of facing the edge of your mat into that side wide-legged stretch once more. Coming up to your fingertips or coming up on your blocks, straighten through your back on an inhale, and then exhale, just forward fold. Again, your toes will slightly turn in, your heels will slightly turn out. Pushing through the edges of your feet, allowing for that space in between your thighs to let your body just relax and drop into this pose. Let your head just come down. Inhale, walk your fingertips forward so they're underneath your shoulders. Straighten through your back. And then exhale, come back to the front of your mat. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Hands to shin, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we come all the way up. And exhale, hands frame to the side of our body. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shin, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into your plank. Stay for the inhale, and exhale, come down to your belly. And let's just do inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. A little bit of a back bend in here. Exhale, tuck your toes back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands and open up to the side of your mat once more. Take your blocks on either side of your right foot. Bend your right foot down. Bend your right knee, And we're going to come down into something that looks a little like Skandasana, but we're going to try to leave. It's going to feel really funky. We're going to try to leave our left foot planted on the mat. So you might have to walk your knee out or your right foot out a little, or even your left foot in. But use your blocks to keep your hands planted. And we're just going to play around in this pose to see if we can find a good stretch. If it's more comfortable for you, come up on that heel. Some people find a really good stretch having their toes up, and some people find it really comfortable to come with their hand or their foot planted on the mat. So you find what works for you. You can even move through both. Invite a little bit of a dynamic movement, but be very gentle and very careful with this. Find the stretch that works for you. And we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. On your next inhale, let's come up to the center. Straighten your right leg, let it rest for a moment, getting the blood flowing back through that leg. And then we're gonna move to the other side. Let's bring your blocks with you. Bend your left knee. Your hips will slightly go back towards the mat. But I encourage you to try. Woo, this side feels a little different. Both sides are gonna feel different. But I encourage you to try both foot positions with your right foot on the mat. And just stay there for a breath or so, and then rotate your toes up towards the sky. Stay there for a couple breaths. Again, you can try, help a little with your stretching your ankle out. You can try rotating your foot so your foot is flat on the mat or toes are up. Find what works for you. Stay for a couple more breaths. On your next inhale, we're gonna straighten our left leg, move your blocks out of the side, come into the middle, forward fold into this wide-legged stretch once more. And then inhale, come, walk over to the front of your mat, step your right foot forward. Hands to shin flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale is root to rise, stretching up overhead. Exhale, let's go back down. Inhale, hands to shin flat back. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into your plank. Inhale, roll over your toes, coming up into your upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Have your blocks handy. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog, and exhale, step your right foot forward. Straighten your front leg, ground down through your back leg, grab your blocks, and put them on either side of your right foot. We're gonna move into this variation of pyramid. So you have heel-to-heel alignment, pull your right hip back towards the back of the room, so it's in line with your left hip. Hands on your blocks. Inhale, extend through your spine. You can either stay here if this is comfortable for you, or on an exhale, you can try to gently forward fold over your right leg. Find the pyramid that's comfortable for you right now. And we're actually going to stay here for a couple of breaths, a little bit longer. This is a great stretch for our hamstrings or calves, all of the good stuff that we're trying to get to today. On your next inhale, look forward, just set your blocks out to the side. Hands frame the foot, step back into a plank. Stay for a breath. Inhale, roll over your feet, come up into an upward facing dog. And then exhale, curl your toes and come back into your downward facing dog. And downward dog's probably starting to feel really good at this point in our practice. On an inhale, lift your left leg up, three-legged dog, and then exhale, step your left foot forward, and then set up for pyramid on this side. So your back toes will turn out slightly, grounding down through that heel, your heel-to-heel alignment. Blocks frame your front foot. Draw that left hip back towards the back of the room. That's in line with your right hip. Check that you're not locking your front knee. You might have to invite a gentle bend. Hands on your blocks. Go where you feel the stretch in your calf and your hamstrings. And you could stay here with your spine extended, or take a deep inhale and then exhale, gently fold over your front leg. You may need to adjust your blocks, lowering it down to a lower height. You may not need your blocks at all. Go where it's comfortable for you and that you feel that stretch that we're looking for, or that there might be a particular stretch that you're looking for. Go to where you can feel something good, no pain. On your next inhale, look forward, set your blocks out onto the side of your mat, and step back into your plank. Inhale, come up to your upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, and then exhale and come down to our hands and knees. Step your right foot forward. Grab your blocks, and we're going to set up for our half splits on this side. So, back hip, left hip is stacked over your left knee, and then just straighten your front leg to where it feels comfortable. Use your blocks, and then you can choose toes come up, or you can even flex them down a little if you want some more of that stretching through your ankle. But go where it feels comfortable for you. You don't want to push anything. I'm going to keep my toes pointed up. Draw your right hip back so it's back in line with your left. And then extend out over your front leg. Reach for that block. Check that you're not locking your front knee, and just forward fold over your front leg. Go to where you feel a stretch. I personally do not have to go that far because I walk a lot. So my calves and my hamstrings are always very, very tight. And this is a great stretch to help stretch all of that out. Back toes can be flat, or you can even tuck your toes if you need some support for balance. That is always very helpful as well. On your next inhale, look forward. Move your blocks out of the way. Come back. Let's go back into a child's pose just real quick. Just to give our right thigh and calf a chance to get some blood flowing back through again. On your next inhale, come forward and switch your feet. Left foot forward, right knee behind you. Grab your blocks and straighten that front leg. You want to make sure that your back heel or back hip is in line with your back knee. Left hip goes back towards the back of the room, just slightly so that it's in line with your right hip. And find your stretch. This side might feel a little bit different. It certainly feels different for me. We always find our more dominant side when we do stretches like this. You can drop your toes towards the mat to give a little bit of stretch in that front ankle, and you can bring your toes back up towards the sky. You can move through that dynamically, or you can even try just leaving your foot planted on the mat and stay there for a couple of breaths if that's a stretch that you're looking for, or bring your toes back up towards the ceiling. Take a long, deep inhale, stretching out over your front leg, and then exhale, just forward fold as much as you can. Again, check that you're not locking your front knee, but just go to where you find that stretch. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Remember, you can tuck your back toes if you need a little bit of support in your balance. On your next inhale, look forward. Bring your right or left knee back to meet your right. Move your blocks out of the way. Come up into your plank. Inhale, roll over your toes. Come into your upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, roll over your toes. Come into your downward facing dog. Stay for a couple of breaths.
Inhale, look forward and come through and sit on your bottom. Legs straight out in front of you. We're going to come into a variation of a forward fold. Slightly bend your knees, extend through your spine, and then exhale, just walk your fingers, your hands forward until you start to feel a little bit of a stretch. We're not going to worry about keeping our back straight for this one. And your legs, bring your legs to their hips width apart. And then when you go as far as you can go, turn your palms up towards the sky, and then just let your head drop down towards your knees. Allow for the rounding in your spine to happen. This is more of a passive stretch that we're doing instead of the active one that we typically do in our forward folds. But just really relax. And it might feel a little funky, but that's okay. We're not worried about the pose here and how it looks. That doesn't matter right now. What matters is that we just find where we can completely relax our bodies and let everything just drop and sink into this stretch. And as we sit here and breathe into our stretch, you might notice sensations all throughout your body and in areas that you wouldn't think that you feel in a forward fold. You most certainly will feel it in your lower back. You might feel it along your legs. You might even feel it along your sides. And it's just a reminder that everything in our body is connected. It all works together. So doing stretches like this is really important because it tunes into all parts of our body. So here for another couple of breaths. On your next inhale, turn your palms flat on the mat. Gently look up. Walk back up into straighter spine. Move your blocks out of the way. We're going to lay back onto our backs. Grab your strap. Be gentle coming down. We just did that forward fold, so our lower backs might be a little finicky. And let's bring our knees in towards our chest, squeezing them in, rocking back and forth, doing a couple little circles in one direction. Remember to go around in the other direction. Squeeze everything in. Let your left foot drop to the mat and hold. Squeeze your right knee in towards your chest. In this moment, grab your strap. If you don't have your strap, you don't need to. You can just grab onto your calf or wherever is comfortable for you. But if you have your strap, wrap it around the sole of your foot and gently flexing your foot, straighten your leg. Allow a slight bend in your knee, so we're not locking our knee. And flexing your foot, pushing through the heel of your foot. And we don't want to use our strap. We don't want to depend on our strap in the sense that we are pulling on it and forcing this pose to happen. We're here to support. So you can use both hands on your strap and you can use this to gently pull your leg in closer towards your body. Again, go to where you feel the stretch. If you pull it more in towards your body, towards your face, you'll start to feel that stretch in the hamstrings. And this is a great stretch. This is a very popular stretch. And rightfully so. It's very effective and it feels great. If this feels good for you and this is the stretch that you are wanting, stay here with your knee bent Otherwise, you can gently guide your left leg to straighten out, and you'll notice it changes the stretch a little of how you might have to shift your hands a little, but find that stretch again, flexing through your foot. If you notice any quivering or shaking in your right leg, that is okay. It means everything is working. On your next inhale, if your leg is straight, rebend your left knee, plant your left foot. Bend your right knee in towards your chest. Take your strap off your foot. Squeeze that right knee in once more, and let your right foot come back to the mat in line with your left. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Squeeze that left knee in. And then if you have your strap, wrap your strap around the ball of your foot, and then just straighten your leg up towards the sky. Flexing your foot, pushing through the left heel. Check that you're not locking your left knee. And then just gently guide your foot in closer to your face until you feel that stretch. And it might feel different. On my right side, I felt it all in my hamstrings. And then the left side, I'm actually feeling it all in my left calf. All those muscles are connected. So it's really interesting to feel that connection. And again, if you don't have your strap, that's okay. If you don't have your strap, you can always grab onto your calf or along your thigh. It's where you can find that stretch. Remember not to depend on your strap and pulling on it, but gently hold onto it so that your arms and hands are just guiding and supporting. We want to build that strength and increase that flexibility in our left leg. You can stay here if this is comfortable for you, if this is a stretch that you're looking for, or you can go ahead and straighten your right leg, readjust, and find the stretch again in your left leg. On your next inhale, rebend your right knee, bringing your right foot back to the mat. Bend your left knee, bringing it in towards your chest. Remove the strap. Set it off to the side. Squeeze your left knee in towards your chest. And then exhale, bring your feet back to the mat. Let's just do a couple rounds of a dynamic bridge. So feet are hips width apart, palms to the mat. And then just gently, on an inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift towards the sky. Exhale, lower your hips back to the mat. Inhale, bring your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze them in. Head towards your knees. Squeeze it all out. And then an exhale, drop open into your Shavasana. So feet will just drop out to the side. Legs are straight. Arms come straight to your side. Palms open up towards the sky. Gently roll your shoulders under just slightly. Open up our hearts towards the sky. Check that your shoulders are not scrunched up by your ears. You want to relax your shoulders, relax your body. Close your eyes. Relax your jaw. Long, deep inhale through your nose. And then gently sigh out your mouth. Let's do one more. Long, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, sigh it out. 10 your inhales and exhales through your nose. Quiet your mind, quiet your body, and take rest in your Shavasana. Begin to lengthen your inhales and exhales. On an exhale, begin to invite gentle movement back into your body, wiggling your toes, your fingers, rolling out your wrists, rolling your ankles, whatever you need to do to gently wake your body back up. Bring your legs together, stretch your arms straight up overhead. And then exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest and roll over to your right side, letting your right ear rest on your right bicep like a pillow. And as you lay here, take this moment to honor yourself and thank yourself for making yourself a priority today and coming to your mat. Even if it's just for a few minutes. Thank your body for all that it does for you. Take a moment to express any sort of gratitude for yourself. On an inhale, use your left hand to gently push yourself up to a seated position. See if you can keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. Long, deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out your mouth. One more long, deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. And your inhales and exhales through your nose. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you love and be loved. Thank you again for joining me on your mat today. It's truly an honor to be here supporting you on your yoga journey, even if it's just for a small part. I'm really happy to be here. I hope you feel great. I hope your hamstrings are feeling stretched and ready to help support you in whatever your day has laid out for you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Comment below what you liked about the video, how you're feeling. And if you want me to send all these new videos directly to your inbox, please head over to zenchenyoga.com. I do have a live schedule there, so if you are interested in practicing with me live, check that out. But sign up for the newsletter there, and I will send you all the new videos and any of the new Zen Yoga news directly to your inbox. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I will see you again very, very soon.